How the Sultan of Oman secretly travels. Oman, a land of majestic mountains, vast deserts, and a rich cultural heritage. At the heart of this stunning kingdom sits a leader, a man of power, wisdom, and secrecy. The Sultan of Oman, a ruler known for his diplomatic finesse, personal charisma, and quiet leadership. But there's one question that has always intrigued people. How does the Sultan of Oman travel? And more intriguingly, how does he do it so secretly? Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into a fascinating subject that blends luxury, mystery, and top-tier security. How the Sultan of Oman travels, often under the radar, with an elegance that few can match. For the next 20 minutes, we'll explore the methods, the secrecy, and the unexpected ways one of the world's most powerful leaders moves around the globe. Make sure to stick around for the end. We've got a jaw-dropping twist that you won't want to miss. To understand how the Sultan of Oman travels, we first need to understand the man himself. Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, who ascended to the throne in 2020, isn't just a political figure. He is a symbol of Oman's independence, cultural pride, and subtle diplomacy. In a region known for opulent displays of wealth and power, Sultan Haitham is a master of discretion. While his public appearances are regal, his personal travel style is anything but typical for someone of his stature. The Sultan has long been known to prefer privacy and minimalism, which is why when he travels, it's often shrouded in secrecy. The secretive air travel. Let's start with the most obvious, air travel. The Sultan's preferred mode of transportation? Well, it's not as simple as hopping on a commercial flight. The Sultan of Oman has access to a fleet of private jets, but there's a catch. They aren't always the latest flashy models you might expect from a head of state. You see, Sultan Haitham isn't interested in attention. His private jets, often unmarked, are outfitted with state-of-the-art technology but lack the ostentatious features of other royal jets. In fact, you might be surprised to learn that his private jet is rarely recognized by the public. This helps him avoid the usual media frenzy that surrounds most world leaders when they travel. But here's the twist. While the Sultan has access to his own private aircraft, he occasionally opts for a more unexpected approach. Rather than traveling in a visible luxury jet, he sometimes uses commercial airlines for trips within the Gulf region. This isn't just a matter of efficiency. It's a deliberate decision to maintain a low profile. Can you imagine a sultan, an absolute monarch, sitting in a regular airport lounge, sipping a coffee and waiting for his flight? It might sound like something out of a movie, but this is a reality that not many people know about. For Sultan Haitham, the idea of blending in with the crowd, even in the most public of spaces, is part of a larger strategy to maintain discretion. This blend of practicality and privacy is one of the Sultan's most striking characteristics. In fact, his team is known to arrange private entrances at major airports, or to fly under the radar on smaller private jets that are almost impossible to track. And this isn't just about avoiding crowds. The Sultan often travels to places where there is less fanfare. He is known to occasionally visit countries without heavy public notice, maintaining a quiet diplomacy that avoids the media circus and the spotlight that often follows world leaders. The secret security detail. And let's talk about security, because with power comes the need for top-notch protection. While the Sultan prefers privacy, he also requires a sophisticated and discreet security detail. When traveling, his team is often invisible, working in the background, ensuring that no one knows exactly where the Sultan is going or when he will arrive. Security is handled with the utmost care. The Sultan's security detail is composed of some of the best trained personnel, but they operate under a veil of secrecy. Most of the time, you wouldn't even notice them. Their job? To ensure that the Sultan's privacy is maintained at all costs and that his movements are kept under wraps. Their presence is often so subtle that it might seem like the Sultan is traveling completely unprotected. But in reality, his team is working overtime to ensure that every move is monitored from afar. They use a mix of advanced tech and old-school methods, coordinating with local law enforcement when necessary, ensuring all routes are clear, and keeping prying eyes away from the Sultan's journey. One interesting aspect of his travel security is the use of decoy tactics. In some cases, the Sultan's team will arrange for multiple vehicles or routes, creating confusion and making it nearly impossible for anyone to know which one the Sultan is actually using. It's like something out of a spy thriller. The Sultan's personal preferences. But it's not just about the logistics of travel, it's about the Sultan's personal preferences. Oman, with its stunning landscapes and close-knit communities, provides him with the perfect backdrop for his journeys. Whether he's visiting remote villages or traveling abroad for diplomatic talks, he remains humble in his approach, avoiding the trappings of luxury and ostentation. The Sultan's travel isn't just about moving from one place to another. It's about connecting with people on a personal level. In fact, he's known to travel incognito, often avoiding public acknowledgement when he visits Oman's far-flung regions or even when he's abroad. His connection to his people is grounded in his ability to remain one of them, someone who can move freely without drawing too much attention. One notable example is the Sultan's visit to the Dhofar region, known for its lush landscapes and cultural significance. During his visits, he often walks among the people without the heavy security detail or media presence you'd expect. He may drive himself or even use unmarked cars to travel from place to place, blending in seamlessly with the surroundings. This understated style of travel is a stark contrast to the flashiness we often see with other world leaders. For Sultan Haitham, the mission is always about creating trust and fostering genuine relationships. In a way, his secrecy and minimalism make him even more respected by his people. He doesn't need to be seen as an unreachable ruler. He's a man who walks among them, and his personal preferences don't stop at how he interacts with the people. When it comes to conducting business, Sultan Haitham is known to prefer face-to-face meetings rather than lengthy public speeches or grand summits. He values discretion and direct communication, qualities that set him apart from the typical political leader. His diplomatic missions are often held in quiet, private settings, away from the spotlight. A few times the Sultan took the world by surprise. Though the Sultan prefers to travel quietly, there have been a few moments that caught the world by surprise. His decision to attend certain international summits without heavy fanfare or even the media coverage at times speaks to a larger political strategy, making an impact without making noise. One striking example of this came when Sultan Haitham visited several European capitals in a private diplomatic mission, avoiding the usual pomp and circumstance. In many ways, his presence in these capitals was more impactful because it was so understated. And yet, his ability to navigate these delicate situations without the world watching gave Oman's voice a unique resonance on the global stage. The final secret. Why does he do it? So, how does the Sultan of Oman secretly travel? The answer lies in his careful balance of privacy, security, and a deep connection to his people. His travels are not about flaunting wealth or power. They're about purpose, discretion, and respect. There is a bigger reason behind all this secrecy. By traveling this way, Sultan Haitham shows the world that leadership doesn't always need to be loud. His style of travel speaks volumes about his values, humility, empathy, and a deep commitment to his country's future, one that values quiet progress over flashy appearances. For Sultan Haitham, travel is more than a journey. It's a statement. It's a testament to a different kind of leadership, and perhaps a glimpse into the future of how leaders will move in an increasingly interconnected yet complex world. So, what do you think about the Sultan's secret travel methods? Do you think more world leaders should adopt this approach? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the world of power, secrecy, and diplomacy. Until next time, stay curious and travel wisely.